Hey guys, this is Bryant Tudis with Short Sale Superstars. I want to welcome all of you for joining us today for this free member webinar that we have going on today. The webinar today is how to set up your lead nurture campaign to grow your real estate business. And we are fortunate to have Grandison Shines today, who is a master copywriter. He's also the Chief Marketing Officer for Direct Business Marketing. You guys know him as the Shorter Stay Calculator folks. Anyway, Grandison is an expert at what he does, and I'm sure he's going to give us some help and some advice today that's really going to help us to generate some more leads so that we can help some more folks out. That's what it's all about. But anyway, I want to thank you for taking the time out of your day, and Grandison, I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day as well. Enjoy the webinar, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Good day, everyone. How are you? This is Grandison Shines, Chief Marketing Officer here at Direct to Business Marketing. Today, got a pretty exciting webinar for you. So tune in. Takes a bunch of notes. We are recording it, and I'll give you some housekeeping items here in a second. But this is one of my favorite subjects here is the marketing campaign, but also talk about the lead marketing or the need nurturing campaign. A lot of times people think that the selling stops or the information giving stops after this person has become a lead, after they become a client. But no. I'm going to show you today why it's essential that you have a lead marketing campaign continuing after you've gotten the lead and even after you've gotten the sale, okay? Because as I always say in my other webinars, nothing happens in terms of business growth until you sell a product or until you sell a service, right? And it's all about business growth. You're not in business to get smaller, you're in business to grow, right? So let's go through our housekeeping items right quick. You will be able to see this video once more or anytime you want once we post it to the web, and we will let you know once we've edited it and everything else. You also can chat with us. There's a few different ways to chat with us. You can email us at info@directbusinessmarketing.com. We have someone who's monitoring the computers right now as we speak. And you can also chat. So right below this video here, there's a little chat section that you can chat with us via Facebook, Twitter. So if you're logged in, go to our, actually you just type it in right here on this page and you'll be able to see the information that we reply back to you. We also have a Q&A session. One last thing, on the bottom right hand corner of our website we have a little chat feature, so you can also chat with us there. So I think we've covered all the bases on how you guys can chat with us during the conversation that I will be talking to you about today. And he may stop me and say, hey, can you answer this question? So we'll just kind of free flow it. We got a lot of people on the call today, so I'm going to make sure that we deliver the promise. Now, you can see me in full screen, up close and personal, right on this screen here. If you click the little full screen button, everything will explode. You'll be able to see all the words and things on the slides a lot better, okay? So are you ready to talk about our lead marketing campaigns? Okay, so let's talk about what we're going to talk about today. First, we're going to give a little bit of background about me and about DBM. Then we're going to talk about our philosophy here at DBM. Then we're going to show you our system or our marketing system. From there, we're going to get into the meat of the conversation, which is the lead nurturing overview or the campaign, right? So we're going to do that, talk about the messaging mindset that you should have. We're going to cover that because marketing is a mindset, and we want to make sure that you understand how to position this in your mind so that it doesn't become tedious for you. This becomes free flow and it becomes something that you just naturally do. Okay, so then we're going to talk about 3 email tips, some tips to get your emails open, because we're going to talk about how your lead nurturing campaign can and should include email as well as some other things. And then the technology tips. You got to have the systems in place, right? Say it with me. You got to have the systems in place. The systems will make this flow so much more easier. Then it just becomes, again, the mindset, the thought process that flows through everything else. And then the #1 copywriting rule. Now, as a certified copywriter, we'll talk about that a little bit more. But as the #1 rule for copywriting is, I'll tell you later. Okay, I'll tell you later. I want to jump the gun, but I will definitely make sure that you can get your emails open and that you want to, whatever you want to communicate and all your other marketing materials gets read. Okay, so we'll talk about that. And then we're going to sum it up, and then we'll end it with the Q&A session, and I have something special for you at the end. Okay, so we will be talking about everything that I mentioned here today. So let's talk about DBM, our company here, for a second. All right, direct business marketing. Well, me as a Chief Marketing Officer here, I studied psychology and Spanish at San Jose State University way back in the day, right? And from there, focused on copywriting. Now, I stumbled on copywriting. I didn't know it was actually a profession until I got into the corporate arena. I was a sales marketing manager for this one organization's corporate organization, and I stumbled on copywriting, started doing some more research, and found this was actually a profession. They still don't have it in the university level, at the collegiate level. I don't know why, but it's something that is written on all the marketing material and is different from, taking journalism or something like that. So anyway, then I became a certified copywriter. Once I got engulfed in this copywriting profession, I said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and take this all the way. I got certified, and now I write a lot of the marketing materials for our clients. If it's strategic, meaning that not just the regular blog posts, but if it's something strategic to the campaign, a lot of times I get involved with writing those campaigns. And so I started a business back in 2001, a small consulting business with a couple of partners who grew it. And then we went our separate ways. I started focusing on the marketing side of it. And from there, it's all been about marketing. 2009, we drilled in on the real estate industry. So we know real estate very, very well. And one thing about me, my little personal aspect here is martial arts, okay? Kung Fu, Kung Fu, Kung Fu. The people that know me, if you know me, I like to talk about martial arts, like to talk about Kung Fu. I know it's now 15 years old, so it's about 25 years now. But I love it. Here's my little picture of me and one of my students stretching there. And but this has become a way of life for me, just like marketing has become a way of life. How I think about martial arts and how I think about marketing are very, very similar. I'm going for the goal. I'm going for the gusto. I'm out to win. So I'm going to give you the information today. It's going to help you win, because I don't believe in giving information if it's not going to help you do what you need to do. And it's all about business growth, right? All right, so let's talk about our company a little bit. Direct Business Marketing. We are a marketing firm. A lot of time clients try to say, oh, this is my website company. No, we are a marketing firm that just happens to know how to make websites as part of the marketing campaign, right? So DBM, we're a direct response marketing advertising firm that specializes in developing marketing solutions. That is our specialty. We are out-of-the-box thinkers. The creative, everything else that we do for our clients really help and position them in their marketplace to do what they do best, which is grow their company, sell their products, sell their services. So that's what we're all about. So we take everything that you have from the marketing standpoint, we revamp it, we cultivate it so that you get more views, more leads, and ultimately more sales. Again, it's all about increasing your sales. As you see right here above the video, it's about increasing your sales, and that's what we want to do. So we have our system, which I'll talk about in a second, the Generate, Capture, Store, Nurture, and we're going to hone in on the nurture piece, all right? So let me talk to you about our philosophy, moving right along, right? Our philosophy is very, very simple. It's not complicated. We don't believe in doing anything that's complicated. We'll make it as simple and as easy as possible so that you, as a real estate agent or an attorney, or whatever you are, whatever market we're working in, you can understand what we're doing, very simplified version, and then you can also do it, okay? So our deal is to create the plan, we execute the plan, then we measure the ROI, because we believe if your marketing is not giving you a return on its investment, and yes, marketing is an investment, it's not a cost. If it's not giving you a return on your investment, then why do it? Let's do something else. So create the plan, execute the plan, and measure the ROI. Very, very simple, okay? So if you have any questions there, please feel free to type it in. I'll make sure that I get to those things. So let's talk about our marketing system now. Our marketing system, if we look at our marketing system, we have the Generate, the Capture, the Store, and the Nurture, okay? The Generate, Capture, Store, Nurture is one of the pieces that actually is the piece that coordinates everything. Generate, Capture, Store, Nurture. Now you may be asking yourself, well, I never heard the presentation on the Generate, Capture, Store. Why is he starting from the end? Well, if we look at the end, because the Nurture piece is the piece that most clients, in our experience and engagement with all types of clients, most clients forget about that piece, right? right? So what we want to do is make sure we hone in on the most part that the part that is most that's most omitted, not on purpose, but they just don't think about it. So we want to start there, because chances are you already have some lead generating items going. Chances are you already have some place to capture your leads. Chances are you may already have the systems. But now, how do we get all that to coordinate after you've gotten the lead and after you've made the sale? So we're going to start with this, and we're going to do other webinars going backwards. Okay, so we're going to start with the lead nurture first, then we're going to go to the store, then we're going to go to the capture, then we're going to go to the generate the items. Okay, so we'll do those later. We'll let you know, but I want to tell you right now, we are going to do those, right? So now, let's talk about generating views for a second, because we are going to go through the system. I want to read this. In a marketing campaign, right, you must satisfy the human desire and the search engine requirements. You got to do both. So when you're making your marketing materials, you have to satisfy both. And so that's why you have that marketing media mix now. So offline marketing materials and online marketing materials have to integrate, as well as it should captivate the human side of the interests and wants, but it also should satisfy the search engine requirements from the search engine optimization standpoint, everything else that goes along with it. So that's a fine line to walk, but it can be done, and this is what we're really, really good at, and this is why our lead generating items work so well. Again, we're not going to talk about that today, but importantly, you know, they just have to work together. So let's talk about the capture piece here. Now, what I want to talk about the capture piece is, yeah, you have a website, but the simplest device is to capture lead is the website, but you also want to make sure that you have an offer that is very unique, because people want things now, but they're always talking about or thinking about what's in it for me. And if you can address something that can give this to them instantaneously, that is interesting to them, that is unique, then you have the better opportunity of turning that prospect into a lead, or the looky-loo, as I like to call them, into the lead. And for us, it's not a lead until they give you at bare minimum their name and their email address, so you can then contact them later. That's a lead. Now, depending on the offer that you're asking them to participate in, they may give you more information than that. And I'll show you what I mean by unique offer later on, and how that can help you really captivate more looky-loos, more of the internet viewers, because it's all about the eyeballs. Once the marketing piece is generate, you get the eyeballs, you have to make sure that then it has something of interest that they want. And if they want it, they will partake in it. Trust me, we see that happening all the time. Let's talk about store. Talk about systems. Now that you have a lead, you have to have some place to store this lead so you can then nurture that lead. But you got to store it someplace. And one of your main objectives when you are marketing should be to build your list, okay? Main objective, build your list. You may want to write that down. Again, the main objective is to build your list, but you also want to store it in a safe location so you can access it anytime you want, because now you have the control, okay? So now that you've generated a lead, you must store them in a secure location, systematizing your organization, internal marketing operations and processes for long-term success. Remember, this is a long-term strategy thing that we're talking about. We want to make sure that you are poised for success on the lead nurturing side. Again, this side is probably the side that is most omitted. Again, not purposefully, but not understanding how to do it. So we're going to tell you how to do that. The final piece in this equation is the lead nurturing part, because you got to nurture leads. Okay, so nurturing leads and clients is essential to growing a business. But however, again, this is the part that is often overlooked and often omitted. Now, an effective lead nurturing campaign begins with exceptional planning, and to convert prospects, right? To convert the prospect into a lead or into a client. Ultimately, you want to go from prospect all the way to client. Again, from prospect to lead to client. And then that's the nature, or it's the flow process that we want to have when someone's about to engage with you. Because chances are they're going to be on the line, they're going to do the research, they're going to look for information, they're going to look for realtors in their area. And so what we can talk about later on is how do they find you. Now, again, we're going from the back and working to the front, meaning that we're going to have, they've already found you. Now we want to continue, now that you have those leads, because when you know that realtors out there, you're pretty good at generating leads. But what about nurturing it and converting it to the sale? That's where, again, the wheels kind of fall off the cart here, but we want to make sure that we put them back on with an effective lead nurturing campaign, okay? And again, it's all about exceptional planning. When I say exceptional planning, I mean no stone is unturned when you're planning to make sure that you have all the things in the checklist completed to make sure that your lead nurturing campaign is solid, okay? That's what we're going after. So let me give you an example of what I'm talking about here. So on our next slide, we have a lead nurturing campaign to new leads. We'll talk about the 4 different types that we're going to talk about in the message you can be conveying to them. But new leads should follow through this process here. So if you look at the purple section here, and that's what we're talking about. New leads, there's something that should go out to them automatically because they want something instantaneously. They want something that's unique. They want something they can get right away, right? And then for new leads, you want to follow that up, especially in the real estate industry, with a phone call. Make the phone call. So this is more of an action plan than just more of a drip campaign. So we're not talking about just drip campaign. We're talking about an action plan. An action plan can include drip, can include phone call, can include offline marketing materials to make sure that your lead nurture campaign is solid. Okay. So now you want to make sure that you do use systems that have the autoresponders and all the things that we need that we'll talk about in a second to make sure that your lead nurturing campaign is effective. So this is one to new leads. Let's look at the next slide and we'll talk about one that is to new clients. Now, once you have a client, that new client can be set up on an email drip. It's not that you have to contact them right away. Give them a little time to digest, the new product, the new service, get used to it, play with it, smell it, touch it, throw it in the air, catch it, do whatever, right? So give them a little opportunity to play with the service, but you want to continue to deliver information to them non-intrusively that will tell them how to get the most out of that product and the most out of that service, right? So again, the selling, even for real estate agents, the selling or the positioning you as the expert does not stop once you sold them the home or once you got the listing. So you should continuously be poising for new referrals and all these other types of things that we can get into. But everyone, the components are the same, but how you arrange the components may be different from here, from campaign to campaign, just so that everything's not, blanketed over a particular real estate agent's campaign and the next. So there's some customization that goes on there. Again, we'll talk about that later and how we do that. So, and going from there, we want to talk about the essentials now, okay? All the things that I promised you in the email that you got, or in the email you got from Bryant or anyone else, all the things that we're going to talk about here are the essential pieces now that I'm going to share with you. So the first thing I promised you was we're going to talk about the 3 things your technology system should have, right? One of the things. So there's 3 things I want to outline here, and I gave you an optional one, okay? So technology. Now, take a little rewind here. When you are marketing and when you're thinking about your technology and setting up your systems, you want to think about the balance between how much you spend on marketing and how much you spend on your systems, okay? Let's say if you had a budget of $5,000 coming out the gate, right? And you're putting together this marketing campaign. You want to take an opportunity to talk to someone who understands what the balance should be between how much you're going to spend on the lead generating items, right? Or the items that get the traffic to your site or whatever, and how much you should spend for the site and how much you should spend on technology. Most likely your technology is going to have a monthly recurring cost. Doesn't have to be too expensive, but that monthly recurring cost should include some of the things that you need, right? So one, you should have a web content management system. That's going to be, when I say content management system, I'm saying not just the website. A website is a website, but also web content management system is also a website. The difference is that the web content management system has the blog option to it, and you're actively using that because now you're managing your content. Remember I said you got to satisfy the human need as well as the search engine need, so you should be having both of those things going on. So when someone researches you or someone in your area, they find information because you satisfy the keyword content which the search engine is looking for, but also they want to see who the expert is in the industry, and that's where the content of the management comes into play. The more content they see on the internet about you, the more they're going to trust you, the more your credibility goes up, and the easier they can become a client. Okay, so you got to remember that's the whole balance thing there with the search engines and the humans. Now, again, for the balance I'm talking about right now is the money, the option that you have to spending or your budget, how much should be spent on technology and how much should be spent on other resources for getting eyeballs. Now, it's not a 50-50 deal because your technology system should not be 50% of your budget every month. It may be out of the gate, maybe some setup costs for like a website, maybe some integration costs between that and your CRM, things like that. But it's, if I had to give a percentage, probably 70-30. You know, at the most 80-20, somewhere around there, but definitely not 50-50. But we can talk about that offline to make sure you're appropriating the funds in the right place. From there, you will be allocating, after month 2, 3, 4, we'll be allocating more of the dollars towards pay-per-click, SEO, postcards, door hangers, all those things that get them to your technology systems, your website, your content management system, everything else, okay? So, number 1, web content management system. Number 2 is your customer relationship management system. You should have that integrated with your website, meaning that when a lead comes in, it is stored in your lead management system or your customer relationship management system. That's very important because you want to make sure you have some place to store that information. Have to, hands down. So again, that should be part of your technological budget when developing marketing systems. 3, you want to make sure that it also has the opportunity to have autoresponders, because you want to put some of this lead nurturing on autopilot, as well as task notifications assignments, okay, or the capabilities for that. Because if you have an action plan, it may include giving that prospect a call or giving the lead a call, and you want to make sure that that is documented. So I look at it like this. I have someone doing a certain function, sales function in our organization. If I take that person out, can I plop another person right in and they just fill in the gaps and have everything going smoothly as it were? So if that's the case, they know when, the system should tell them when to contact, when to make the call, all these other things, and then also be integrated with the drip campaign automatically, right? Say that word with me, automatically. I love that word because sometimes I want to be hands off, right? Because you should be doing what you do best, the system does what it do best, it disseminates information, and you're out there selling. So now you're getting leads and stuff. When you're out there talking to a lead and a client, you're getting more leads and clients because of this nurturing campaign for those people who are already in your database. So that's important. Optional, process management. Okay, so number 4, process management, understanding how your business has processes, how you do things. Again, for me and our organization, we have a big process mindset because we want to go from point A to point B in the most smooth and efficient way. And that's usually done with some sort of process. And if everyone understands the process in your organization, then hey, you're golden. You can do what you need to do. Everyone else does what they need to do because the process is outlined. There's no questions about what needs to be done because the process is managed by the system also, okay? So hopefully I shared 4 things there. I promised 3, but I gave you a bonus. So hopefully you will hold that against me, right? All right, next slide. Now, why is a lead nurturing campaign essential? Okay, 4 different reasons here I want to give you. 1, you create top of mind awareness, or TOMA. It's really important to just let that person know. Now, this is easier said than done. Everyone probably knows this, but how many of you actually do it? Continue to disseminate information that will position you as the expert, or keep that top of mind awareness like, oh yeah, this person is, you know, the expert in this. Oh yeah, this person does share this information. Oh yeah, whatever it may be, but making sure that you create that top of mind awareness. And then 2, it keeps your clients and your leads engaged. You want to keep them engaged. You want to know what they're thinking. You want to know what they think about X, Y, Z. And a lot of times what we found out is that some of the agents think that social media afterwards is the way to do it. Well, it's not always, because sometimes they might not be your friend, or they might not follow you, or they might not like your page, or they might not have done whatever, but they're in your database. So this is why the email portion of this is important, but you also want to make sure that you keep clients and leads engaged. Your lead marketing campaign, your lead nurturing campaign could and should include social media, but that's a whole different topic that we can talk about later on, how to integrate those 2 components. Okay. Number 3, to further demonstrate your expertise. You are the expertise. I know some people have an issue with saying the word expert, but I'm going to tell you, you're the expert in your industry. You're the one that they want to go after, and people are looking for an expert. So even if you don't want to use the word expert, people are looking for the person who has the expertise in XYZ. who can sell, if I list my home, who can sell my home the fastest and get me the money that I want? Point blank. It's all about what's in it for them, and you can continue to give them the information. And you want to give them the information because you can do this regardless of you being actively calling them. That's what the email campaign is for. That's what the drip campaign is for. That's what the phone calls are for, everything else, okay? So, number 4, you also want to position other products and services. And you can't forget about that piece because the client, again, even if you sold them a house, it doesn't end there. You should have relationships with, some home warranty companies. You should have relationships with other services that they can partake into, and for you giving the lead, you can get a referral fee, or you should be getting a referral fee from you giving this client a lead or prospect, whatever. So this is another revenue stream for your business. Not saying that you have to do it. You may want to just be nice and give someone a lead, right? My finger quotes, nice. But however, you want to make sure that that's a possibility that you understand, because if you're giving them the lead, if you're giving them the client, then a nice thing to do is be like, hey, I don't mind compensating you for giving me this lead, okay? Any questions there? Nope, let's move on, okay. Now, the message that you should be conveying, there's 4 types of clients or client types that we're talking about here. 1 is a new lead, 2, an existing lead, 1 is a new client, 3 is a new client, and 4 is an existing client. Let me say that over again. 1 is a new lead, 2 is an existing lead, 3 is a new client, 4 is an existing client. And the message to all 4 of those, when you are writing your campaigns, it is different, okay? They want to know, they have different mind stages or mindsets at the different stages here that we're talking about, 1 through 4. And then you should also have a goal, a different goal for each one. So when you're writing out your campaigns, your lead nurturing campaign, and you're thinking about what you should be saying, we're giving you here the information on what you want to convey and what the end goal is, okay? So let's go through number 1. So for new leads, the message is, I can help you. Let me prove to you that I am the expert in my industry. That's for a new lead, because that's all they want. They want to know something about what they want, but then they also want to know, how can this person help me? Who is this person? Do I know this person? How do I get to know, like, and then trust this person? And that's also integrated with point number 1 through 4. But once they understand that, hey, I am the industry leader and I want to help you, now you can convey your message. And the goal there is to showcase your expertise and convert them to a sale. They're a lead. They have not bought anything yet. So the main goal there is to convert them to a sale, right? Not just to, just keep giving them information. That's all well and good. But eventually you want to convert them to a sale. Why? Because nothing happens in terms of business growth until you do what? Sell a product or sell a service. And you're out to grow your business. I know you are. If you're on this watching me right now, I know you're out to grow your business, okay? Point number 2, existing leads. The message for existing leads is, I am still here. I didn't forget about you. I am an expert and I want your business. At some point in the game, you're going to have to ask for the business, and you will position your product or your sale in front of that client. And you should, because this is a business. They want your product, and you have what they want or need, the service or the product. So why not say, hey, I'm still here, hey, you know what, babe, buy it from me. There's no harm in doing that. Now the goal here is to continue the connection and convert to a sale. You want to continue that connection with that person through the know, the like, and trust phases, and understanding how they're thinking about it and going forward. So you want to continue that connection. You want to leave the campaign, or let the campaign, the lead marketing, the lead nurturing campaign do its deal, which is to position you as the expert and continue that connection, okay? Number 3, new clients. The message for new clients is, welcome aboard. Thank you for your business. Here's other information that will help you get the most out of your products or product or service that we sold you, okay? So when you're writing out your campaign, again, this is the 3rd lead marketing campaign that you should have, right? Or lead nurturing campaign that you should have. You want to make sure that you're conveying this message. And the goal there is to solidify the relationship, answer any other questions like they have. Okay, what's next? We have that question all the time when we bring on clients. Okay, now when client, okay, what's next? And then we tell them, okay? And in the midst of that, they're getting some information that will help them with the product or service that they're about to start utilizing. And that's important to make sure that they know how to do that. Now, we're there to guide them, of course. And if any of you are clients that are on there, which I'm assuming you are, you know, that's our process. And that's, we've instituted in your business the same entire process that will allow you to do those things, okay? Number 4, existing clients. So existing clients, right? Here's another product or service you should have that will help you do X, Y, Z. Help them grow their business. If you can help them grow their business, see more money, then that will make the product or service easier. Or if you can solve a problem or get rid of a pain, those sorts of things are well positioned for your goal. And the goal is to sell more products and services to those existing clients. The easiest person to sell is the client you already have. Okay? Say it again, the easiest person to sell is the client you already have. They already know you, they already like you, and they obviously trust you because you gave them some money, okay? Now, from there, it's just about your product doing what it said it should do, and voila, everybody's happy, and you have a continuing client you're growing your database, and you're growing your lead base, and you're growing everything else, and you're growing your business ultimately because you're still selling those existing clients products and services, okay? Now, let's talk about getting your email opened on the next slide here, okay? Now, 3 tips to get your email open. And one of these, some of you may disagree, but we have proven it hands down, and I will fight you until the cows come home when we talk about click-through rate and opening rate. So I'll talk to you about that in a second. But first of all, make your headline or the subject line command attention. Okay, we'll talk about what that means here in a second. But if the headline, the subject line of an email commands the attention, then you will have a higher click-through rate. And it's all about getting that email open, because if they don't read it, they won't know about the product or service, okay? So most of the time, what they'll do, just like you do, you'll go down your emails and you'll look at the subject lines to see which ones are the most important, or you look at who it came from, right? So if they don't know, if they know you, of course, that has a little stronger way of getting it open, but also if the subject line is like, boom, on point, hey, they're gonna click it. They're gonna, oh, click, what is he talking about here? We'll talk about that in a second. But point number 2. Okay, this is the one I was talking about where some of you will agree, because I'm on some of your lists and I get these emails that have the graphics and stuff. Okay, when you're sending out nurturing emails, clients, you want to make it seem like you're talking to them and them only. Okay, that's the goal. You want to make it talk to them. When I see an email, okay, here's my thought process. I'm gonna tell you. Okay, when I see who it's from, I look over to read the subject line, and then right underneath it, on my email says, I can see like the kind of the first line, it says, click this link if you can't see the graphics. I know that is a blast email, okay? My mind's a little sharp, so I know a little bit, right? So I can know that's a blast email. So I'm like, okay, I can skip over that one for right now. But if you send an email with no graphics, because the spam filters will cut out the graphics, because I want to download viruses, blah, 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 right? All the good stuff. They'll click it. They'll have a clicker. You'll have a higher click-through rate. We've tested this over and over and over. We tell people if you use Constant Contact, Infusionsoft, MailChimp, all the other ones that we know how to integrate and the ones that we know how to use that we've used before or whatever, we just take, when we send out those lead nurturing campaign emails, no graphics, nothing, higher click-through rate, more sales. It's just the way it works. I'm just trying to tell. I'm just passing along good information so you can take and do with it what you want. Okay, but so it looks more, looks more personal, right? Better click-through rate, and you can sell without selling in your signature, right? So in your email signature, where you have your phone number and all that kind of good stuff and all the other disclaimers, you can put a little line in there. Boop, go read this, or boop, go look at this service, look at this product, whatever, and you're just nonchalantly just sticking something, just jabbing them in the side, right? Letting them know about a product or service that you want to introduce to them. Nothing wrong with that, and a lot of times you can even track those, so you can send out an HTML email without the graphics and still monitor the click rates. Did you know that? So if you have the ability to do both, send out a plain text email and an HTML email, just take the graphics out, because the systems will be able to track it if you have an HTML email. So there you have it. So just take the graphics out. You can still track the click-through rate even if there's no graphics, even if you send a plain text email, okay? Our little secret, shh, don't tell anybody, all right? Number 3, tell them you have a video to watch or something to click on. When you do that, they already think, well, before you do that, they're already thinking, oh, wow, what's that? What's next? What's next? What's next? Right? So they're ready to click it. They're ready to click something. Their fingers just sitting there hovering over the button, the left click, just ready to click on something. And so when you say that you have a video to watch, oh, what are you talking about in the video? Click, right? Or, hey, go here and, click here and do blah, blah, blah. Click, right? So now you're starting to track the click-through rates, but again, getting the email open. If you have a video, again, that's the human side. Whether you like making videos right now or not, videos are one of the hottest things on the planet. YouTube is booming like crazy. Plus, making sure that you understand that the search engine, you're satisfying the search engine need. So now you're taking care of both sides of the equation. We spoke about that, right? Okay. Now, a little note here, add a link to the body of the email that sends them to your blog or your website, or your content management system, your web content management system, or your website, whatever. Why do you want to do this? Because you want them to be nosy on your site, right? You can position other products, you can position other services. And again, this is all part of the lead nurturing campaign, right? So every time we send out an email, if it's not just, hey, point blank, just information piece, it always goes back to in fact, we use both techniques. It always goes back to our website. Why? Because we want them to see that we have webinars. We want them to see other products. We want them to see other services. We want them to know that we do SEO. We want them to know that we can take care of their full marketing campaign. We want them to know that we can do your marketing plan for you, and therefore you know exactly what to do. We want them to know that, okay? And you want them to know that you have other homes to sell, that you just got a new listing, and that you just have this and have that. They may know somebody who's looking. They may know family members who's looking to come in town or whatever. And then you also may want to ask for a referral in your deal. I mean, there's all these other things, that nuances that should and could be in your lead nurturing campaign. And that's where the rubber meets the road. Okay. Now let's talk about this copywriting thing here. Okay. Talk about the number one rule. The number one rule for copywriting that you need to learn and master is to master how to write a headline that commands or steals the attention from your prospect. That's the number one rule. The main job of the subject line or the main job of the headline is just to get them to read the next line. The main job of that next line is to get them to read the next one. But the headline is the one that just smacks them right in the face and like, hey, I'm over here. Oh, what is that? Oh, let me read that. Okay, that's the mindset that you want. Okay, so when I say headline, I'm including email subject lines, I'm including blog post titles, I'm including press release titles, I'm including door hangers and postcard titles. The larger text that's on there is going to really, when they look at it, it should be a big, bold, and bright, so it draws their attention, even via colors. I'm making sure that all your offline marketing materials should have some sort of headline, even if it's a letter, right? And there's a way to get the envelope open, kind of the same email concept. Once they open that, see, they open the letter, there's a headline that will that's talking about whatever else that's the most important thing, right? So look at the note here. The note on this one is very important. The note says when you're posting online content, you could and should strategically include keywords you're targeting in your headline, right? Remember, the headline, humans going to read it. The SEO of the web, the keywords in the content in the headline, that's for the search engines. Because then the search engine is going to bring that up. They're going to read the headline. Humans are going to read the headline, think about it, boom, there you have a click. So you got to satisfy, again, both sides of the table, the human aspect and the search engine aspect. And there's an easy way to do that once you've identified keywords and things like that and targets, whatever else. So that part is easy. Now, I'm going to go a little bit deeper in the headline piece because your lead nurturing campaign is going to be full of headlines, especially for every email that you write. Okay, so let's talk about what that looks like. So let me give you some tips on headlines here, okay? 5 tips. Now, these are my most important tips, so, tune in here and listen on this piece. Now, first of all, don't have the same subject line for every email, especially if it starts with like newsletter, newsletter colon, and then blah, blah, blah. In fact, don't even use the word newsletter in it, right? So that will just deter people automatically. It's been, I think, my opinion, it's been kind of overused now, and there's other ways, strategic ways to do that. And the most powerful now on the opposite end of the spectrum is getting an email open, but sending them to a video for them to watch. That's just the way we've seen our industries are growing. We've seen the best results when we do that, and it doesn't matter the industry because you're still dealing with people. People love video, okay? One of our marketing issues. Number 2, ask a provoking question that makes them nod their head yes. Okay, a question is good. Statement is cool. Question's good. Hey, do you want to learn how to grow your real estate business through lead nurturing? Yeah, let me click on it and see what that looks like. Okay, cool, all right, yeah. So boom, damn, there you go, boom, done. Now, again, it's part of the headline. That's just one part of the job, is getting it open. Number 3 is one of my favorite. Ask a question, make a statement or something that's punchy, make them say, what? Right? I mean, ask a question that will make your prospect scrunch their face and say, what? Like if I had a headline that said, say, for instance, what does real estate marketing have in common with donuts? Click here, right? And, you'd be like, what? Real estate marketing and donuts? What is he talking about? That's just such an offline statement, and I can write copy that will marry the two also, and you'll know how real estate marketing has something common with donuts. Now, again, but the object here is just to give you the mindset of that question. What is he talking about? Boom. We were talking the other day, we were talking about headlines, and there was a headline that said, do you like Spider-Man? And you're like, yeah, I like Spider-Man. The other guy was talking about, yeah, he clicked on it. Andrew's talking about, he clicked on it. So it's like, yeah, we like Spider-Man, so we're going to click on it. It's very simple, but ask a question that was like, got our head nod. Yeah, click on that. Let's see what happens. See what's going on. So, number 4, the dominant resonant emotion, okay? The dominant resonant emotion for this particular webinar was growing your business. So if you understand what their resident emotion is, right? And hone in on that and capitalize on that dominant resident emotion, meaning that the emotion that's in here, everyone wants to grow their business. I know you want to grow your business. We grow on our business. I mean, you're on this call because you want to grow your business through lead nurturing campaigns. I understand how to do that and why it's essential and important. So if you hone in on that, then boom, you got it. Now you can mix some of these here. The last one I want to get to is, just one of the following. What's in it for me? Everyone wants to know what's in it for me. How to do blah, 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 blah. How you can blah, 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 blah. Do you know how to blah, blah, blah. So, right, that's what's in it for me, right? That's kind of addressing that. Why are you bothering me, right? Because, lead nurturing campaign essential, right? So I'm bothering you because this lead nurturing campaign is something that can help you grow your business, right? So we are now talking about the headline that has the opportunity to do what we want it to do. And then to mention who you're talking to. It's okay to mention, hey, real estate agents or whatever, and using our headline that we talked about again. We talked about lead nurturing campaign to grow your real estate business. Who am I talking to? Real estate agents, right? Obviously. So if you can address some of those, it really hones in. And you might say, that's superficial, that doesn't work. Yes, it does work. I mean, you don't have to do all of them. Don't try to do all of them, although you may have this headline that's very, very long, which is no problem, but keep it nice, short, sweet, punchy, right to the point. Boom, steal their attention. It's like you poking them on it's annoying when your kid comes up to you and they're just, mommy, daddy, and just poking you like, what, right? Stole your attention from whatever you're doing. Yeah, what do you want? Okay, I'll get to it in a second, right? But that's the same thing in your headline. One read, one poke, what do you want? Hey, here's something for you. Okay, cool. All right, everyone's good there? Cool. Let's move on. I want to sum it up now, okay? Generate, capture, store, nurture, right? This is our marketing system. This is what you want to do. This is what you should be doing. It's a very, very simple system. Generate, capture, store, nurture, making sure you understand that. Let's talk about the summary points here. What we covered today was, don't ignore technology. You got to have technology. Got to integrate that with your business. Got to understand how that integrates with lead nurturing. It does integrate with lead nurturing, making sure that you do point number 2, don't ignore your database. The whole objective of the lead nurturing campaign is to address those people who are already in your database, whether they're existing clients, whether new clients, whether new leads, or whether existing leads. Those 4 people are already in your database. And you just talk to all 4 of those people with the different messages, right? Which means we're going to number 3. Be mindful of the message that you're communicating. Use this as a tool to reference each one of those 4 clients or those 4 client types that are already in your database to make sure the message that you're conveying is the right message. They don't always want to hear about the new listing you just got. That's about you. That's not about them. They don't always want to hear about what you got going on as far as, this particular, what else, whatever it may be. But there are a lot of things, this new system for looking at search homes and things like that, your IDX system. Well, that's about you. It's not about them. You can spin it to them, but it's not really about them, okay? So make sure that the message conveys what you want it to convey, okay? Number 5. Write that headline that just, boom, pokes them. Boom. Hey, you, I'm talking to you. Open me, that's the main objective of the headline. Read me, open me, so I can tell you what I'm about, right? Number 6, action plan campaigns. When I say action plan campaigns, not just emails, we have found that when you integrate other actions like phone calls into the action, to the nurturing portion of it, it does a lot better, okay? They know that you're serious. They know they feel obligated to call you back and things like that. So use that to your advantage and leverage your nurturing campaigns. Number 7, upsell to clients, upsell leads to clients, right? Upsell, upsell, upsell. Again, even if you sell someone a home, those people are still clients. They may not buy another home right away. They may, but they may not. Chances are, if they never buy another home, there are other products and services that you can be engaged in that you can still have another revenue stream for your real estate business, okay? Cool. Now, I'm all about you now. So what questions do you have? I know we have a few. I've heard some typing over there. So can I answer some questions? I'll repeat the question and then I'll make sure that I answer the question also. Okay, so hold tight for a second. We're getting questions.
What's the difference between new and existing leads?
What's the difference between new and existing leads? Okay, let's say you're launching a marketing campaign. A new lead is one that you just got from that marketing campaign. I mean, just came in. I mean, fresh 7:31 lead at 11:45 a.m., right? My 11:45, right? That's a new lead. An existing lead is one that's already in your database and has been for quite some time after your drip campaign. So let's say an existing lead becomes, or new lead becomes an existing lead after your new lead nurture campaign has ended. Let's say a week after. So let's just say you have a, let's say 10-step, whether it's calls, emails, 10-step new lead campaign going, new lead nurture campaign, right? So a new lead comes in, after the 10th step is done, after a week over, they should now be in they're now an existing lead, right? That's what we're talking about for the difference between existing leads. Hopefully I've answered your question. Next question.
Are you saying I shouldn't use the MailChimp graphic email templates? Are
you saying that we should not use the MailChimp graphic template emails? I am saying that you should not use them, okay? You can use one every once in a while, but when you are communicating and you want the highest response possible, take those graphics out. Just exit them out. Don't even use them, because it will come through as more personal. If I sent you an email just directly to you, it's going to seem more personal than, hey, if you can't see the graphics, click on it, right? So yes, I would say you want to increase your click-through rate, and we've proven this over and over and over, that when you instant lead nurturing campaign, take those out, it goes up, okay? That means more products and more services sold also. Next question.
Do I have to use all those points when making a headline?
Excuse me, do I have to use all those points when making a headline? Nope. Just pick one or two. I mean, even one is fine. I mean, just nodding your head yes, that was a very simple one. Do you like Spider-Man? That's yes. It didn't really get into any other points via the headline. But if you want to add a little bit more information to it, it's fine to address one or two of those. And that will become, once you start thinking about it and your mindset is wrapped around it, it'll become seamless. You may not even have to reference this. You'll be able to understand what needs to be in a headline or subject line when you're writing it, that will automatically come out of your brain and you automatically think about it.
How often should I email past clients?
How often should I email past clients? So past clients should be on a regular email. Even if you do one a week, that's fine. One bi-weekly, that's even perfectly fine. You just want to make sure that they still know who you are. And you can, when you're launching a new campaign to existing clients, you do want to increase the frequency in which you contact them, okay? So if you're launching a new campaign to existing clients, you do not want to have a campaign that goes out every other week. You want that to be then, there's a certain process then that's kind of the launch, the state of awareness, and then getting them to respond and be antsy or excited about the product. There's a whole process on that when you're launching a campaign. But ultimately, if you're just going to be giving them general information and then every once in a while stick a hard offer in there, meaning that something they're going to buy, once bi-weekly is fine. It's really good, or once a week. Okay. Hopefully I answered your question.
Are
Next
you
question.
saying I shouldn't talk about real estate with every email?
Are you saying that? Good question. Okay, good question. Are you saying that I should not talk about real estate on every email? No, you should not be talking about real estate on every single email. No, 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 no. I can't say no enough times on this webinar. No, you should not be talking about real estate on every single email. You can talk about, you want to become connected with them. You're not going to become connected with them if you just talk about email. Talk about real estate. Now, imagine like this. You come into a dinner party and you just start talking to everybody there about real estate. That's all you talk about is real estate. Who are you going to connect with? They're not going to talk to you. Well, think of the same way from your database. Just connect with them. Just be as naturally as possible. Hey, by the way, this ball game, here's a schedule for the open season coming here, or whatever it may be. I got a fantasy football thing going on. All these other things that you are interested in also, chances are they are too. So just do not talk to them about about real estate in every single email. No, no, no. Hopefully I have answered your question emphatically on that one. All right.
Do I need to share my personal life because I'm too private to do that?
Do I need to share my personal life because I'm too private to do that? Well, you may be a private person. I'm a private person, but there are some things that I will share. There are some things I'll share about things that are very general that I put out in the open. Like, I like flying kites, I like driving cars fast, and I like martial arts. So other than that, I don't say too much, but it's okay. You can find a plethora of other subjects out there that you could be, quote, personal about, that you're interested in, like for instance, the ball schedule for, the local area, whatever it may be. But no, you don't have to expose yourself, but you do want to connect with them by giving them something that they are interested in, that they want also, okay? Next question.
Do you offer any plans to do this?
Yes, we offer plans to do this. You can call me directly on that. It depends on what you already have. Sometimes real estate agents have something going, but yes, we do have plans to offer that. We are a full service marketing firm, and we do have the opportunity to engage with the lead nurturing portion because we have to. It just is. So yes, we have plans to do that, and we can share that with you. Give me a call directly, and I'll be more than happy to. You'll see my contact information in a minute here, so stay tuned for a second here. Right after my contact information after we answer questions. Okay? Okay, good. Next. All right. So I want to show you something. I don't believe in just giving information. I was on a webinar one time. I gave some information, then it just kind of went off, and I was like, well, what am I doing here? What else? What's next? What's next? What's next? Right? I wanted to click. So I have a couple. I told Bryant I would just make sure that you have a couple of offers that I want to make sure that you have the information you want. So here's what I want to have for you today. So we look at the event special offers. There's a couple of things I want to share with you. One, for all the real estate agents out there to getting seller leads, we have a product called the Home Profit Calculator. We've sold this product or in its sister product to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of real estate agents across the whole entire country. We have so many real estate agents using this because it works, right? And they just do what we say do in terms of how to market it. We design a plan and say, hey, here you go. So here's what we have for you. This is a complete marketing system in a box that comes with the website, comes with everything you need. The most important thing, it does come with that unique offer that we were talking about. This is a product that will get the homeowner the information that they want that's very unique and give them a report. You get the lead, you get the information about their home, even loan information, and from there you have the opportunity to list their home. It's called the Home Profit Calculator. A seller generally customized website, professionally designed print marketing materials, an email drip campaign that we have already designed for you that works, free product updates. Now, this does have a high value offer. The next slide here kind of shows you what the product looks like. Okay, so as you see, when you come right on the website, it has the offer right there. A video, which we have, well, you can change the video, but the offer is right there. Let us give you the value of your home, how much you walk away with if you listed and sold your home. Okay, so that's the main objective there. And so what I have here for you as a deliverable, we have everything on the broadcast marketing materials, the video marketing, the video component, everything else with it is up and running within 48 hours. Now, what we have here is the most expensive, or the one that comes with all the luxuries, the Enhance Plus for a discount, a $200 discount for this offer only, a $200 discount on this product. You can go to, see the little purple area right here, $7.97 a month plus $30 a month. When you go there, it's really important you enter this coupon code that's right here. SSS for Short Sale Superstar $7.97, and here is the actual link, directbusinessmarketing.com, it's our website, / the coupon SSS $7.97 will get you directly to that page. If you have any questions, make sure you call me. Now, what I want to do is the second one is to offer you our marketing blueprint. Now, this is for the agents that say, hey, you know what, I want a complete marketing plan. We will do your marketing plan with the marketing blueprint. In fact, what we do is first, there's 4 things that you'll get as 4 deliverables. 1, you get a marketing audit. What are you currently doing now, and what is it yielding you from an ROI standpoint is the biggest factors you're going to discover in this particular document that we're going to have a conversation about, okay? Number 2, we're going to give you that what your current marketing looks like from a visual standpoint. So you're going to have that marketing flow chart. The third thing you're going to get is the marketing assessment. That assessment will tell you, okay, based on this client type that we're going after, here's what you should be doing for marketing. Here's what you should be using as your lead generating items. Here's how you should capture it. Here's where you should store it. You may even have that. And then here's what your drip campaign looks like. And here's the objective, the goal of what this program looks like. Okay, so you will get this whole entire marketing plan. Then you also have a visual aspect on how that looks. So this marketing blueprint, let's go to the next slide here. Again, there's 4 different deliverables that you want to get. 1 is the complete marketing audit, the marketing flow chart. You get the complete marketing new assessment, then you get a new marketing flow chart. As a bonus, we're going to give you 2 more things, okay? We're going to customize your lead nurturing process that we just spoke about. We're going to work together to write out this campaign for that particular client type that we're going to be discussing. So if it's seller leads, we're going to talk about once we generate the lead, how we're going to convert them to the sale. And we're going to have that automated within the processes. 2, we're going to give you, no charge, the home profit calculator. Okay, because we can center the whole campaign around that. So we'll give you the home profit calculator, a $1,000 value for free, and we're going to give that to you. So the total value for this package, including the whole marketing plan that you're going to get, that we're going to give to you, right, is over $5,400, and we're going to give you a significant discount. Okay, so we're going to discount it for $25.97. So you're going to save a significant amount there. And here's the plus the $30 a month for the site. Okay, so you don't have to pay the $1,000 there. We got that, but then you have to just pay the monthly fee. Go to directbusinessmarketing.com /SSS Short Sale Superstars SSS Blueprint, and you can download the form there that will give you the order form basically. Okay, so this is the offer that we have today. Let me show you my contact information. Here I am, Granison Shines. Here's my number, my email to get in contact with me. And thank you very much for attending this webinar. I look forward to hearing from you all. Call me directly. We'll make sure that we talk and discuss the information about the 2 offers that I just made you. Hopefully you got what you needed out of this webinar. Thank you very much for attending, and we'll be in contact for the next one. Okay? Thank you very much.